Aglaya, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate, but that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan, you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat, with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now, the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an ideal future?
Era Nova is a path of salvation the gods promised. We should not have doubts in the flame-chased journey.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kainis. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again. Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya is unfit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you, Cass.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retreat and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the Flame Chase journey.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about?
Oh? Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn.
After the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase...
Yes!
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you...
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about... For Castorus, Idonia's god it...
What?
With that, I solemnly promise. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at...
With the balance shattered, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has caused your...
Wag your tongue as much as you like.
Well then.
Castorus? What's going on?
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa...
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
In actuality, a past that was both long and...
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was...
Professor, you were in the...
Yes, I am but a living dead...
Have you heard of this tale before? A tale about the ocean god. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the until one day, an evil dragon barged into the tall tower. The queen assembled 300 warriors. It was then that a devious, smooth, the princess was reborn. Worse still, the soul's terrifying death had consumed all.
Until?
Until? Actually...
Oh, my... It seems that so. According to your story, this is... And yet, what exactly...
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is...
Oh, my goodness. Is this...
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy it.
Dragon, huh?
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy.
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education...
Therefore, we can just treat this tale...
A fable, you say?
I guess it might be the concept...
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to some... What?
No, I merely realized...
Indeed. As expected.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask...
Of course.
If I imparted my knowledge, would you use it to resurrect?
What? What kind of strength?
Let's just leave it at that. Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually. My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But
These three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius's history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held 3 hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Chaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Nias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attained their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Nias. Do not worry.
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Nias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken, and now I have reached the journey.
But when you depart the mortal realm, separation and death are two...
Finally, let me recount. The first time I returned from the battlefield, the calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield. It was late into the night by the time it was a crazed scholar looking. Do you think that it'd be better if we just... To my surprise, he...
To someone who is currently experiencing death. Now please, go away.
Are you trying to say that...
That's exactly what life... Therefore, young lady...
The embodiment of strife.
It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm. Polixia. I'm here. What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Is this... Polixia's sister? Is it... me? Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends...
Even if it was prophesy. Let me do it, sister.
Let me be death sacrifice. I was never long for this world. I was the one who wasted. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. One that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not? How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you? Well then, tell me. What exactly are we? I don't know. I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death. If such a mighty power, even now. This is why, sister, in the prophesied new world, go now. Return to the ocean god. I shall open wide the entrance. Remember, do not ask for the price.
Everybody, we've come to the end. I'm certain of this now. Just like the flame chase journey of today. I believe that this is the truth.
This is, besides, those...
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside in our world? There exists a...
But the people there worship Fagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos.
Take this.
This is...
the new Sporist masterpiece. The philosopher. Remember? I've mentioned before that think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Nether Realm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure. However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses. Actions speak louder than words, Castoris. With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise you've made.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. while we converse, but before I leave...
That was the world, and if we are to prove its existence...
I understand.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed. As a scholar, I do not...
I merely... If so, rebirth...
Why not? When now I'm merely forsaking...
Why are you always finding ways...
This is but a net...
Can someone who's dead...
No. It's just the opposite. It means that I can actually ascend to God.
That's... a lot.
Lady Aglaya, please. You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness, but I know this runs counter to your wishes. Honestly, it's difficult for me. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mr. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. A world without death. Do you...
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours... Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step...
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. Styxia. I've visited that place in the past. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, Castoris, I too look forward to...
Thank you.
I hate to put a damper on this. If Styxia is now an island...
The answer is quite simple. In the myths, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead, and if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod... I'll see you at Marmorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow.
Dan Heng isn't back yet, huh?
Hey, friend! Is the debate finally over? Did you win? What a glorious defeat. You sure... Well, moving on. I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your... Only 32 books. Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. I feel like a huge Oh, you're right.
Good night, ma'am. Good night, Doc.
Cass?
Lady Treeby...
Is something troubling you?
I just wanted to speak to Lady Trian for a bit before I set off. No matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, the place is now the domain of the departed. There is no telling what we'll encounter there. I don't want to have any regrets.
Has anyone told you that your eyes are sparkling today?
Is that a figure of speech?
In the past,
when you did smile once in a while, all of us could see that your heart remained troubled even as you smiled.
Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardships, as it is the fate every Chrysos heir is destined to live out. We are just happy for you that the core flame you're meant to inherit has finally surfaced.
Isn't it a little too soon to say that?
But you already know where tomorrow is, don't you? There's no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all and leave no regrets. We have always believed that your embrace is just as warm as everyone else's. Because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kindest Chrysos heir we know.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. This feeling... it's hard to put into words. I suddenly found myself with so many wishes. So much I want to accomplish before setting off.
Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't get to finish it. But now Trinan and I are working on it, and we'll make sure to give it to you. So, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia. Safe travels. See you tomorrow!
I can't sleep. Who could it be?
It's me. I hope I didn't wake you. I'm glad to see you're as full of life as ever. I'm here because of private matters. If it isn't too much to ask, Is your soul... Oh. Then I'm glad. It isn't a long way from here.
I'd love to go with you. Have you heard? Seems like all the ways
Faith can dispel the black tide.
The streets are packed.
I want to vote!
Take your ceramic shard, engraved with the Kefali rune, select the Council of Elders in your heart, and pray silently until the shard registers your choice. Then toss it into the Dolium.
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons! The Black Tide took my hometown long ago! Who are they kidding with bringing back Eracrysia? It's all a sham to create their own Eracrysia in Akama!
The Titans are just. So long as we do not overstep our bounds again, we will not incur divine wrath.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged Titans should have vacated their spot to the demigods is long overdue. You'll see soon enough, you old fogey.
And I pray that Talanton smacks some sense into you with their scales. We shall see how this turns out.
That was... quite a spectacle. suppose peaceful is technically correct if no actual violence happened. To this day, I still find it almost unreal that Akama is the only place illuminated by light amidst the crumbling ruins of Amphorius. And its people are even holding votes to reconcile differing opinions. This peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the end times. Before coming here, I had lived for many years in Idonia, a city of rime and frost. The people there were devotees of Thanatos, and were well known for their unique burial rites and traditions. Traditions that I played a major role in. Yes. You now know me as the Mortician of Akama. But back in those days, I was Idonia's Maiden of War. I was trudging across the frosty plains on my own when the Idonians found me. They saw the curse in me as a blessing from Thanatos, and believed that my hands could correct the Eracrisia's mistake and lead them to meet the great god of death. They provided me shelter, but in return, I was expected to grant merciful deaths to war captives, prisoners bound for execution, and heroes alike. Yes, no matter how kind or cruel the means, taking away someone's life is never... I can't do it! Their voices... hurts my ears.
Ah. I know that feeling, but you must respect those walking towards.
What you're asking me to do is no better than no matter the titles. I am still taking a.
This won't be the first time that Aidonia's fanatic death is the mightiest, and
that's such a.
Then let me tell you, in Aidonia, the great sword. The sword has 3 air holes along. But should the executioner have any? Every executioner after pain for the dying.
No.
You misunderstood. I'm asking you to consider the source of the dead. Go. Walk with the dead.
Please, don't kill me.
This is your duty. Remember, consider the source.
Thank you.
If you cannot learn to accept death, this is your last chance. Do.
No! Please! No!
May you gain some insights through his sacrifice. No. This is just the beginning of your life as the main.
You executioner!
Do it then, executioner.
You...
I curse you. Why? To live in eternal pain.
Please. When will this ever end?
Come.
What are you trying to do with me?
I have aged. The time has come for me to heed the summons of Thanatos and journey to their domain. The final resting place of every Eidonian.
You're not that old yet. You still have many, many years ahead of you.
No. I'm already dead. For I have come to fear my declining health and impending death. Ah, Castoris. Will you give me one last chance to charge towards fear and prove that I am no coward?
I can't take this anymore!
Child, it was I who brought you here, from the frosty plains, and set your farcical fate in motion. It was also I, Chief Executioner of Aidonia, who forced the heavy duty of executing others onto you. I've always known that you have doubts, and even anger about my faith.
I...
Indeed. Yet you can end any...
I'll never do that. It doesn't matter how lightly the Idonians take death.
I knew I was... I've taught you and cared for you as my own daughter all this time. Because of this, in the eyes of an Idonian, death, you can only live your life to the fullest. After and when you do, even if you eventually leave Idonia's protection.
No!
Come now. It's time. Show me that you are a fitting... Come now. It's time. I've already taught you all that I know. Show me that you are a fitting holy maiden. Or at least...
Abyss flower, bloom.
You won't get away! I only wish that death may protect us. I grant you this, as you wish. This was the last time I followed her command. I gently touched the elderly woman before me. The executioner, who had seen too much death, died the same way as everyone else. A gasp for air, a wistful look in her eyes, and a barely perceptible tremor in her fingertips. Elder Amunet, the person who tried to teach me about death, ultimately vanished like dew in the morning mist. She spent her life embodying the beliefs of the Idonians, and when death finally came, she embraced it exactly as their doctrine had taught. I have nothing but respect for her. I erected a cenotaph in her honor in the marshes outside Idonia's city walls with the others I had laid to rest. Then, I set out once more in search of Thanatos. It was a long, long journey. I heard so many discussions about death along the way. Life finds meaning in death. The world improves because there is an end. It seems the most terrible darkness in this world. Everyone talks about its heavy weight. Some resist it, some worship it, and some even revere it. How did a disappeared titan become the deepest fear of humankind? And why do they haunt my dreams? I continued my travels to seek an answer. Initially, I was running away. Then, I started searching for it. And now, at the end, I just want to know if my touch, if my embrace, can do more than taking things away. Can I make anything? Can I leave anything behind?
I don't want to die. Please, I'm begging you, just let me go. I don't want to die, please. I don't want mercy like this. Just let me go, Adean. I don't...
I hate these icy hands.
Reaper has blessed your hands. Only you can grant them peace. Embrace death. Walk alongside it.
Is that you, Casteress? All of them have gone, heeding death's summon, crossing into their domain. I must go too. I don't fear it, just I have some regrets. Watching people leave this world again and again, it must be lonely for you. You must want to desperately embrace them before they go. I can't. These hands, they're too cold. But Big Sister Casteress, your hands are so warm. Just like anyone else's. So go on. Don't hold back.
Give me a warm hug.
hands like these really be warm? On the day that Ornyx's trial ended, you must have had many questions. I felt just as confused. Why? I wished I could take action, but no matter how, even when we brushed against each other unintentionally in the grove, when an almost unattainable hope finally welled up, and when I thought that perhaps my fate declared to me, but that your soul no longer belonged to this world. And did I really think this time would be any having walked such a long road? Anything I wished to hold on to from that moment on. I lacked the courage. But now, perhaps I might have one long ago, Trinan read a prophecy to me. At the end of the sea, I found no surprise in it. For her words sounded not like a foretelling. Embraces in this world are born of reunions. Yet, my touch speaks only of farewell. And yet, things have taken a turn for the... I have no reason. For your sake. With that, I won't... Let's put that aside for the moment. I want to retrieve a small gift I specially prepared for you. The journey to seek an audience with the Death Titan cannot be an easy... Then... perhaps you can have a look at it first. Look, it's right there. Huh? Where did it go? What's going on? I am not some corrupt... The coin of Zagreus, and a It's a Lady Cypher, the demigod of Zagreus whom Lady Aglaia had spoken of. She's a master thief who's left legendary tales all over Amphorius. So many years have passed, yet she's still announcing herself in such a crass manner. Let's just do as the slate says and look for Lady Cypher. Look, it's right there.